Hello, Smiles Ministry family. Hello, everyone, and happy Friday. I wanted to come on because I came across a scripture the other day, and I just thought it was so relevant for the times that we are in at this moment in time. And I've read through it previously, but I just felt something really in me to do a quick video on this scripture because I feel like a lot of God's sons and daughters do not know about this, and if they do, they're not applying it to the times we're living in at this moment. And just bear with me, it will make sense. So I just bless that the word of the Lord comes through my mouth, and I'm just thanking for everyone that will watch this video. But I've got the scripture here in front of me, and it's Isaiah 8:11-14, and it says, "For the Lord spoke thus to me with his strong hand upon me, and warned me not to walk in the way of this people, saying, do not call conspiracy all that these people call conspiracy, and do not fear what they fear, nor be in dread. But the Lord of hosts, him you shall honor as holy. Let him be your fear, and let him be your dread, and he will become a sanctuary, and a stone of offense, and a rock of stumbling to both houses of Israel." So that's Isaiah 8:11-14. And I just found that really interesting because, if you go back 18 months, a lot of people were saying a lot of things were going to happen. There were a lot of what people call conspiracy theorists out there, and like I said, bear with me, not everything that all these people were saying is true. But if you go back to some of these things that people were saying 18 months ago, 2 years ago, a lot of it has come true. And I just think the Lord is really saying through the scripture, do not call conspiracy what these people call conspiracy. Because obviously, if it's not coming from a child of God, we shouldn't pay attention to it. This is why we need to listen to the prophets, the evangelists, the apostles, to other believers that have called out some of these things, because they're not conspiracy theories. They've come true, they are coming true. There was obviously a lot of talk about certain mandates, which people said would never happen, and now they're here. There was talk about a lot of passports, introduction of certain passports to get into certain places. People said that would never happen, and now it's here. There was talk about locking down certain nations. People said that would never happen, and it happened. So, a lot of these things, we need to open our ears to hear, our eyes to see, our spirits to receive that, and use the discernment that's given to us from God himself in some of these things are coming to pass, and they're not conspiracy, and obviously some of these conspiracy theorists and extremists, they're trying to do this to spread fear. They're saying it's the end of the world, and rest be assured we are not, the world's not going to explode tomorrow kind of thing. So it's, like I said in one of my previous videos, it's the enemy trying to fast forward a timeline that is not yet time for. But we need to fear the Lord, as it says here in verse 13. We need to honor him as holy. He needs to be our sanctuary, and that's why we need to focus on him, what he's saying, and what his people are saying. People that we trust, whether it be our pastors, people online, things like that. But we cannot partner with some of the lies that are being spread. We need to see, okay, who's the source? Where did it come from? What do they stand for? Are they bearing fruit? All of these things, are they walking in discernment? Like, all these things have to be considered, because I was part of the few that said, oh, this could never happen. I was a little bit naive back then, but I'm not now. I can see what the enemy is trying to do, but I'm also seeing how the Lord is turning it for good. So maybe meditate on this scripture. The whole chapter is called fear God and wait for the Lord. And I just think it's so good to know that, fear God in a holy, respectful, loving way, and wait for him, because there will be a point where all of this will crumble. And it won't affect us anymore. That day is coming, but we need to stand united in prayer, together as a church, together as the remnant, together as the sons and daughters, whether you took something or you didn't, whether you believe it was the right thing to do or you don't, whether you believe in the covering of the mouth, whatever it is, like we need to be together, because ultimately at the top is still Jesus Christ, and he is what we should focus on. So yeah, I just wanted to come on and share this scripture with you, and I pray it encourages you, and I hope that the Lord will give you fresh revelation through this scripture. But I'll be back soon with another video, because I'm going to go before the Lord and ask him for a word for 2022. So that will be my next video, and I hope you're all good. Have a great weekend and see you soon.